Hello and welcome to my channel. You want to make yourself a hoodie? Well, you've come to the right place. In this video I will show you how you can make yourself such a nice cozy hoodie, and the pattern is available on my website for free. So without further ado, let's grab it and jump right into it. I will link it in the description below, or you can go to my website dressdeveloper.de, patterns. And here is the hoodie Dandelion. Click on Create Pattern. And there you have 4 different versions to choose from, with bustard or without bustard, fitted or loose in the waist. Select a size. And then you need to add 2 additional measurements. This one is basically the length of the hood. And this one is the length your hoodie should have. So add seam allowance, then you can create the pattern. There you go.
You need to cut a front and a back piece, both cut on the fold, 2 sleeves, 2 hoods, a front and a back hip cuff, both cut on the fold, 2 wrist cuffs and a pocket cut on the fold. First thing I do is sew darts. I have marked the end of the darts with some notches which I fold together and then pin everything in place. Then I will sew from the outside to the bust point. Since I'm working with a stretchy fabric, I'm using a zigzag stitch for this. At the end, the thread gets knotted and pushed to the fabric with the help of a pin. The pockets get prepared by folding the on-ground facing to the inside and stitch down with a zigzag stitch. I mark the placement of the opening for the cord on the hood and interface it with a little scrap of fusible interfacing so it won't break apart. Then I add some buttonholes. You can of course use a metal grommet instead if you want. Then I can sew the hood pieces together along the rounded edge. If you want to line your hood, you can absolutely do so. Just fold the on-ground facing away, add seam allowance to this edge and cut 4 hood pieces instead of 2. To finish the facing part, I add some bias tape to the edge. This edge then gets folded to the inside and stitched down.
Now for the cuffs, I suggest you fold them short sides together and then lengthwise like this. So you have a little package, and then you sew this edge like this, and then you can fold this over to form the cuff. And the seam allowance is, with this technique, nicely enclosed and fixed in place, so it cannot bunch up in the washing machine. And for the hip cuffs, I will do the same. Short sides together. For the little package. and on the other side, short sides together and form a little package like this. And I sew here and here.
Then I put the pocket on the front piece, fold the top and the short angled edges under and pin them in place. These edges then get top stitched in place. Don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and the end of each seam. Now I can start putting everything together. First, I pin and sew the shoulder seams. I'm using my serger for all the construction seams, but you can also use a simple zigzag stitch for these. The hood gets inserted in the neck hole, right sides facing each other. The notches on the hood get joined with the shoulder seams. Everything in between gets evenly distributed. In the front, both hood sides overlap each other a little. Then I sew all around. I like to set in the sleeves while the side seams are still open. Here's the armhole lying flat, with a single notch in the front and a double notch indicating the back. The top notch of the sleeve gets joined with the shoulder seam. Then I join the sides and the notches, single notch to single notch, double notch to double notch. Everything in between gets evenly distributed and pinned in place with lots of clips. I know it's tempting, but try not to stretch anything. Then the sleeves can be sewn into place. I pause often to rearrange so everything lies flat. Looks a bit funny on video though. The side seam then gets sewn in one go, from the wrist to the hem. The sleeve wrist and cuff get divided into fourth, when the cuff is put into the sleeve and sewn. The cuffs are drafted for sweat fabric. If you're using a very stretchy ribbed knit fabric, you might want to shorten the cuffs a bit. Stretch the cuffs while sewing accordingly. And watch out for your sewing clips. Note that the front and back hip cuff are not necessarily the same length, so make sure to keep the right sides aligned. Mark half the front and the back cuff and pin everything in place. The hip cuffs get sewn just like the wrist cuffs. And that is already the last step for assembly. The only thing we are missing to finish is the cord. I put a safety pin on the beginning of the cord, and this will help me pull the cord through the channel in the hood. A little bit of patience, then we can pull the cord out and cut it to the desired length, put a knot into it, and we are done. So, here you have a finished hoodie. I'm really glad how it turned out. This is actually the shortest version you can make. You can lengthen the pattern as you want, and I think this would make a really cute dress actually. What an idea, that would be super cozy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video and maybe you give my hoodie pattern a try. If you do so, I would love to see it. Maybe tag me on Instagram, that's @dressdeveloper. So, I will see you in my next video. Bye!